Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Lrules364, and this is going to be a collective review of my collection for the PlayStation Portable System. It'll be of the PSP itself, the accessories, and the games that I have for it. Now, let's start with the system here. I have a PlayStation Portable 1001 system. It's a very basic, very stock, one of the first ones. I got this unit in '07 and have taken very, very good care of it since. Adult owned, non-smoker. In the bottom here you got your 5V. Over here you got your microphone input, which I don't have. I don't have a microphone for this. And audio output for your headphones. Everything functions beautifully. The only thing that doesn't work on this whole console is the home button, and it's never worked. It's never worked since I got it. The day I got it out of the box, brand new, this didn't work. I don't know why. I think it's just a defect. All the other ones work fine. So I should probably replace that soon. You got your XMB stuff. Then on top here, you have a nice feature. The game gate opens without you having to pull back and forth on it. Granted, it does take very minimum effort to do it on the new ones, but I like the feature. It's convenient. So yes, that's my PSP 1001 system. I do have a 3001 system, but I'm not showing that today because this is the original system that I started with. Okay, then we have cases. We have a PSP hardback case. I have this one and about 5 other ones, but I'm only going to show 2 today. This has got the rubber inserts for UMDs and the 2 memory sticks. It says PSP on the top there, so it's very nice. And it takes a lot of abuse, so if you drop your PSP inside this case, it's not going to hurt it. Then we have a score case for the PSP system. It's a cloth. It's not exactly uncommon, but this pattern is. I haven't come across many cases with this pattern on the inside of it. You got storage for the system on the bottom here, storage for your games on the top here, then the 2 memory stick slots up here, carabiner on the back, and a Velcro strap for your belts. So we'll set that over there. And then we have a PSP Media Center case, and it's a fairly large case, about the size of a small backpack. And there's plenty of zippers to zip and unzip, and plenty of little places to probe. And we'll turn this over. You got another zipper that's tied to the strap here. You could store gum or gum wrappers in there. And we have a strap that goes over top your shoulder and around your neck with nipple pinchers on it. These particularly hurt when the backs come off of them. But I have a lot of them. PlayStation Expert, that's a pretty cool one. I like that one a lot. The Last of Us and this Alliance one is pretty neat too. And it does unstrap in case you need it to. It's got this little plastic strap in there. And it's adjustable, so if you're tiny, it adjusts. If you're large, it adjusts. Let me open this case here. And here we go. There's the media center thing here. You got storage for up to 8 UMDs in here. And I have these little UMD protectors so they don't get scratched on the bottom or broken, because the Chinese cheap plastic white ones don't like to stay together very long. The system itself, my PSP, goes in this little slot here, and then you Velcro it in like so. Nice and snug in there, and it's got protection on both sides. And then down here, you have wires to go in. You put a charger in there, or you can put another set of headphones and a splitter in there if you want to. On this side, you got room for more chargers or whatever else you have wire-wise. Then you have storage for 8 of these memory stick duos. You have 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. And then you have a storage space for your headphones. Another set of headphones. I actually have headphones in there. There's a surprise. Yay, surprises. So that's the big case that I use a lot. I use this because I can carry a lot of games with me, and if I get bored with one, I could just switch it out. So I'm going to set this over here. Now, we have the PSP system, and it has a camera with it. The camera I picked up a little while ago, because I didn't know it existed, excuse me. And this is just a small unit. It's separate from the PSP itself. And it is adjustable, so you can bring it around to the front or send it to the back. It has a microphone in it, and it does 480p pictures and video. So that's kind of impressive, though it does lag a little bit in the video department. So you just snap it on top there and you screw this nut down here, and you can take pictures with it. Much like the Game Boy camera, if anybody's familiar with that. I also have one of those, but that's for another time. So we got that little camera thing, and it takes decent photos and videos. Then we have this. This little dongle here controls music. It can control the volume, it can go back and forth between tracks, or fast forward or reverse in certain tracks. Pause and play. Then you have the hold button at the top here and a little clip, waka waka. And then you also have your headphone jack here. So what you do is you plug this little prong thing here into the bottom of the PSP, and you hit the play button, and that'll turn your PlayStation Portable on. And then you could just go into the music file, and then boom, you can actually play it using this little dongle. You don't even need to touch any of the buttons here. So this little thing is very, very nifty and really cool, and it's also very useful if you have one of those large media packages, or that media carry case that I have. This thing is very useful because there's a hole on the back of it. You just stick this through the hole, and instead of worrying about bringing your PSP out, you could just switch between your music, shut it off, turn it on, stuff like that. So nice little dongle thing. By the way, I got this dongle here and that universal media carrying case for free. I got both those for free. Okay, well, now that we got some of the accessories out of the way, by the way, I have 4 more cases, so that they are not pictured because I cannot fit them into this video. Now, I have a lot of games and a lot of movies. I have 75 games and a few movies, and there's a lot here, and then I have some on the memory sticks for the PSP. I won't be showing you guys the games on the memory sticks just because I don't have enough time in the video. I actually ran through this once, and it took me 45 minutes to detail every game and all the stuff on the memory sticks. So I got a lot of stuff here. Alright, we'll start with puzzles. I got Luminous. I got Metal Gear Acid 2. You can play this in 3D. We got Hard Rock Casino. I've never played this. Mercury Meltdown. Another one I haven't played yet. And those are just puzzles. So we got 4 puzzle games. Metal Gear is a puzzle, but you can play it in 3D, so that's really cool. Down here we have shooters. We have Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. It's complete, and you can choose between all 4 detectives and the 4 Tachmora, or Tachkoma, excuse me. I keep calling Mora, it's Tachkoma. And your main objective is to bring down a terrorist group. So yes, this game is very enjoyable, and I'm on chapter 3 of 4, so I'm nearing completion. I might have a full review of it later on, so might have to watch out for that one. So we got Ghost in the Shell, COD 3, Roads to Victory. Not much to say, it's Call of Duty. Ghost Recon 2, Advanced Warfighter. Yes, folks, you're looking at this correctly. This is a Tom Clancy game, and it says Advanced Warfighter. It is not Call of Duty, it is Tom Clancy Ghost Recon. Yeah, he did it first, folks. Yeah. So it is complete. Comes with the manual. And we have the SOCOM series. I have SOCOM 1, SOCOM 2, and SOCOM 3. SOCOM 3 is still sealed. I have not opened it yet. I picked it up for $5. Brand spanking new in the package. The other two, I have played the first one. I'm 3/4 of the way through the campaign on the first one. And the second and third one I have not played yet. Resistance Retribution comes complete. Game and manual. Weird game to play, but lots of fun. Coated Arms, the Coated Arms series from Konami. Have not played either one of these, but they are complete. Coated Arms and Coated Arms Contagion. And we have another copy of Resistance in here. This is my backup copy in case this other one decides to float off somewhere. And then Siphon Filter Dark Mirror. I have 2 copies of this one, but this is the one without the case in the manual, or the case art in the manual. It's just a copy of Siphon Filter Dark Mirror. Now over here, we have more games. So stack number 2. We're going to start out with music games. DJ Max Fever. This is DDR for your fingers on PlayStation Portable. Yay! It's actually quite fun, believe it or not. You can go all the way up to 6-button mode, and there's plenty of songs to choose from, so there's hours of entertainment on here. Beaterator. You might have seen me talk about this the other day. This is a game where you create your own music using the standard loops and software built into the game. I can say that it will be useful in the future. Rock Band Unplugged, one of my favorite music games for PSP because it introduced me to Lush, a band I completely forgot about in the 90s. 2 girls, and you have a whole bunch of background effects to it. I mean, their vocals are just amazing. You can't even tell that they're singing. They actually blend it in with the music. It's so good. But anyway, yes, lots of good stuff on here. Fighting games. I got 3 fighting games here today. We have Mortal Kombat. It's Deception Unchained. It's just basically Mortal Kombat for PSP. There's nothing different about it. It's just PSP. It's just the PSP port. The Con for PSP, another fighting game. Quite a lot of fun. And then we have Tekken Dark Resurrection. It does not have a manual in it, but it's just the game. It's Tekken. You beat the crap out of people. Not much to explain there. Then we have sports games. Yeah, sports games. They actually made sports games for PSP. I'm kind of getting tired of looking at sports games, believe it or not. I have too many of those. MLB, Madden, Madden 08, 2K7, and then MLB 09. Yeah, I don't play any of these. They just kind of sit around. I might be interested in trading these at one point for something decent because I don't want these. I don't play any football or baseball. The last time I played baseball on a mobile console, it was something 96. It was on my Game Boy, so that's the last time I played baseball on a portable system. These kind of just sit around my house. I don't really play them. Madden 08, I have found myself playing at one point, but I don't really get into it. It's more like, there's nothing really I haven't played yet. Oh, you know, you got SOCOM and Coated Arms. Well, might as well throw some Madden in. Why not, right? Football season, go for it. Then we have Stack 3. Stack 3 is racing games. We have ATV. I have 2 copies of this. It's the stock game that came with the PSP system itself. One is out of the case, one is in the case, but it doesn't matter because neither of them work. I cannot get them to work with the current software. The PSP system, it's not just my 1001, the 3001 doesn't work, and neither the 2001s that I had here that I sold eventually, neither of those played this either. I think it has something to do with the software updates. It doesn't play because I get to the start menu and I can't go any farther. It's like it locks me out. Then we have Split Second for the PSP. It's complete. I love this game. It's a great racing game. You trigger different explosions and different effects in the level to get ahead. The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift for PSP. I paid $3.50 for this a while ago. Fantastic port for the console. My current car For drifting is the GTO and the AE86 Trueno, or in other words, the Hachiroku. Outrun, 2006, Coast to Coast. It's Outrun, one of my favorite series, because you can race across the world without actually traveling the world. Saves you time and money, and you get to ride in a cool Ferrari. Comes complete with the booklet and the game. Ridge Racer, not much to say about this. It's Ridge Racer for the PSP. Complete. Flat Out, Head On, have not played this yet. It's just been sitting around. Twisted Metal, Head On. Another one of these great ports for Twisted Metal. It has Thumper on it, because Thumper is a boss. And we have the Mr. Slam incarnation, and of course, the flame-headed Sweet Tooth boss himself. Niels Kane. Yeah, it comes complete with the game and the manual, and I have some codes in there too. With Cousin Eddie. You can face Cousin Eddie and be Cousin Eddie. Midnight Club LA Remix. I was expecting a lot more from this. With a game called Midnight Club, you would think that a lot more effort would be put into this. But no. You can race around the streets of LA. You can customize your car, and there's plenty of stuff to do, but it's not Midnight Club 3-Dub Edition Remix for me. It just didn't do what the third Midnight Club did for me. So, here's the manual, here's the game. Need for Speed Carbon, Own the City. In the case with the manual, a great port for the PSP. It's not the same game as on the PlayStation 2 or PS3. It's completely different, got a different storyline to it. And you can create your own crew with your own custom logo. I used to be able to go online on the EA servers and race other people. That was quite a bit of fun back in the day. It's gone now, of course. We have Need for Speed Underground Rivals. Another one of my first racing games, complete in the case with a manual. Multiplayer enabled, you can collect a whole bunch of cars, customize them, plenty of tracks to race on. Lots of fun. Gran Turismo, of course. Does not have the case art, but I do have the manual for it. Need for Speed Most Wanted 510. No case art or manual. Juice 2 Hot Import Nights. Played about halfway through this. It's got a whole bunch of good cars like the Ford Gran Torino and the Pontiac G6 GT. Plenty of good stuff in here. It's enjoyable, but it's just lacking something, and I can't put my finger on what it is. And then last but not least, we have Full Auto 2 Battle Lines from Sega. It is a Twisted Metal car combat type game where you can put a minigun on your hood. That's right, you can put a minigun on your hood and missile launchers on your sides. You can be more than ridiculous than Sweet Tooth with his clown face flying towards you. Comes complete with the case art and the manual. And also got this nice art in the background here for the inside of the case. So that's pretty nice. So that's it for racing games. Now we have oddball games. Now these oddball games here, let me move all these shooters over here, were things that I thought were not supposed to be in here. I couldn't find a place to really put them. These are more like an action-adventure type of game, or games you play because you can. This is Tony Hawk's Underground 2 Remix. Haven't played this yet. Ape Escape on the Loose. Haven't played this either, but it is complete with the case and the manual. Bum, 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 bum. Tron Evolution for the PSP. I actually thought this was such a good port of the Tron series that this should have been on the console, and the console version should have been for PSP. Yeah, I think they screwed up the order there. But a great game nonetheless. Tomb Raider Anniversary, haven't played it. It's complete though. Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever, Dead Man's Chest. No manual, but it does have the case art and the game. Haven't played it. Namco Museum. It's classic Pac-Man. Who doesn't love classic Pac-Man? It comes with Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, and all kinds of other good ones. Galaga and Dig Dug being my favorite because I'm really good at both those. No case or cover art, just the game itself. Daxter for the PSP. And there's manuals. One in English, one in Spanish. Spanish. Spaniels, that's funny. God of War. Ghost of Sparta. Bought this brand spanking new and beat it in 2 days. It was that good. I couldn't stop playing it. Lots and lots of good moments in this game. Especially the end. The ending was crazy. But I'm not going to give it away. Aragon for the PSP. Oh, right. I didn't put it back in its case. But I saved this game from the brink of destruction. So, here it is with the manual and the case art. Jackass for PSP. I have the case art and the manual around here somewhere. I just gotta find it. It's in a box somewhere. This is one of those games that you play with friends and you just laugh at everything they do. Fridge racing, where you beat the crap out of each other, and stabbing in between your fingers with a knife, or golf cart racing. Yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff in there. Loco Roco for PSP. It's complete. I haven't played this. I bought it brand new, opened it, went to go play it, and then I had to go do something else. So I have nothing to say about that. Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. Haven't played this either. Patapon. I do remember playing the demo for this, and I've played about, I'd say an 8 through the story. It's where you use the beat of the music to control your characters. And these little guys here are your characters, and you use these guys to take down enemies and stuff by hitting certain patterns on your drum. Complete case and manual. Alright, that's stack number, what, 4? Alright, let's move to stack number 5. Stack number 5 is RPGs. We'll start out with Final Fantasy, because it's Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy Tactics. Nice case art. There is no manual, just the game. Then we have Dissidia, or Dissidia, or whatever you want to call it. Final Fantasy. Complete in the case with the manual. And it has a double-sided case art, so you can switch between good and bad. This game is loads and loads of fun. You can play as all kinds of different characters from all kinds of different Final Fantasies. And it's a huge departure from the normal turn-by-turn base style. You actually get to beat the crap out of people like Sephiroth. And you can play as Cloud too. And we have Phantasy Star for the PSP. It's an original Sega game, and they ported this series to the PSP. I remember playing the demo. It was fantastic, and now I finally have the game after so long of looking for it. Rengoku 2 Stairway to Heaven. Not exactly sure what this is, but I sold a copy of it, and I really wanted that copy, but it's gone forever, so I have this now. Cool. Samurai Warriors State of War. I'm not really considering this that great of an RPG. This is more like a beat-em-up type of game, like Dynasty Warriors, but it also has RPG elements in it, so I do consider it an RPG. I haven't played this yet, so I have nothing to say about it. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. This is the events leading up to Final Fantasy VII, so I get to see what the hell I missed in Final Fantasy VII. No manual, just the case art, but that's okay. Wild Arms XF. Just the game, have not played it yet. Kingdom Hearts, another one I haven't played. This is Birth by Sleep. This is a $20 game at GameStop, and I got it 100% free. Have not played it yet. What a shame, too. I like Kingdom Hearts. Then we have this one. It's Untold Legends, Brotherhood of the Blade. And it's another RPG type fighting game. I was playing through some of the story, and I noticed a lot of weird controls. Some of the stuff is harder to get to, and it's a decently hard game. So if you're in RPGs, I would suggest Dissidia or Dissidia or whatever you want to call it first, before you go to something like this. And by the way, that Final Fantasy Dissidia or Dissidia is very, very cheap now. I think you get it for $7 or $8. Then we have the last stack, which is movies. We have the stock movie, Lords of Dogtown, that came with the PSP system. Then I have the Ali G show. It's disc 1 and disc 2, so it's a 2-disc set. And as you can see, it's only been used maybe once. Then we have a weird anime called Aeon Flux. And it's the animated collection. It's a 2-disc set, and this is probably by far the weirdest anime I have ever watched. By far. I mean, it makes that Tekken Reet thing that I watched the other day look like nothing. It eats it for lunch. It's that weird. First Descent. It's a snowboard movie. So, yeah, I got this. Then we have the Butterfly Effect. Metallica. It's a PSP music documentary UMD. Oops. Then we have Rent. Yep. Two very different things in the spectrum. But I have them both. So that's it for the games and movies. And for the cases and stuff. I know I have more stuff around here that I haven't reviewed. I'd like to go into in-depth reviews for all this, but there's just too much here to actually explain to everybody. But that's just an in-depth look at what I have going for the PlayStation Portable Collection. I'll have so much more in the upcoming month because they're starting to get rid of PSP stuff altogether in stores and everywhere. It's being phased out in favor of the Vita. So that's not cool. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching, and whoever requested this, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments section below, and hopefully I'll be able to do another one of these review videos. You guys tell me what you want to see next. Until then, Lrules out.